baby. It's just like we're back at Ultraman. Popping pills and popping bottles. Pop, 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 pop. We letting it ride out for the preseason. 82 games. Preseason. 82 games. Preseason. 82 games. We about to start the regular season. That's how we do it around here. This is when the fun begins, boys and girls. Are you ready? Are you freaking out yet? Are you freaking out yet? Are you freaking out yet? Freaking out like Psycho Kid. Big ups to him. Little dude's probably like 20 years old right now. I imagine he's in jail. Let's be real. Look at that kid. He's a psycho. What are you gonna do? Never leave your kids with that kid, because that kid is psycho. Never. I see that kid in the neighborhood and I'm like, nah. No, you're not hanging out with him. No, be nice to him, but no, always make up an excuse, like, I can't because my mom wants me to go because we're going to go see my grandma, she's in the hospital, like that. Hey, you want to go out? No. Never wrestle with that kid because he'll break your neck. We're just playing, it's an accident. No one. That's why you call him psycho. Well, just let it play out, right? I'll give you the whole thing. I'm giving you the whole thing because this was a long-ass goddamn fucking regular season. Like, my God. I'm not going to give it to you twice. You crazy? We're just closing out the regular season. And, just taking a breather. Just taking a breather because, this shit ain't easy. This shit ain't easy, man. This shit is... Psycho Kid, can you go to fucking bed already? Because Jesus Christ, bro, ya es tiempo. Vete para la cama, coño. Ya casi son las 10 y tú estás aquí afuera con tu psychoness. Ya. Escuela mañana. I don't care if it's Saturday. You're going to school. I'm taking you to school, and I'm going to drop you off at school when it's empty on a Saturday. Get out of here. Heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, da 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 da, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it now and forever. I don't make the rules. I just make up the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio M-O-G-U-R-A. Hit me up at the PayPal. Hit me up at the Cash App. Come on, don't let this guy be the only person to donate to the film. $6, bro. Come on, man. Like, you hear this, just immediately right now, Cash App me $1. That's it. $1. Boop. Ahí mismo. Para ti. And include your name. And you will be a producer in my next film or in the animation, whichever comes first, whichever one I can, whichever there's space for, whichever I decide. Or if you tell me, I'll put it in for you, either movie or the animation. And you're going to get producer credit, and you're going to get listed in the official IMDb. So please, donate. Help out the studio, help out these people, help out us. We're trying to make some shit, okay? And that shit's going to be for you, because you're going to watch it here on YouTube. What do you think where am I going to put it on? I don't know. Gonna be on YouTube. That's where it's gonna go. So check that out. And if you want something tangible, by all means, buy my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble for the hardcover. A chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s. Basically a story of me and my misadventures, as a raver in Miami, running around with my friends, doing drugs, doing crazy shit, and going to this party called Full Moon Nights that was just absolutely bonkers. So go ahead and check that out. It's also a chronicle of the rave scene and basically like counterculture and kind of like a guidebook to doing drugs. If I'm going to tell you anything, if I'm going to be real with you, that's just like, it's not really a guidebook. It's just more like, a journal, or like, just basically someone going through that experiencing and being real with you, so that like if you've never tried that before, you're getting some. I tried to be as authentic as possible with the experiences. So like if you're someone who's been to raves or done drugs and stuff like that, or just had like a crazy party lifestyle, like you'll read this and you'll be like, wow, I can totally relate to this. This is great, but in a good way, not in a bad way. Like, oh my god, people are dying. There's enough of that. There's enough raver movies that you can watch where there's some dude fucking going crazy and all that kind of shit and all but fucked up shit happens. You can go watch that. This one is a little bit more on the cheery side. We're trying to do that. Okay, so go ahead and buy that. If not, also check out my comic shop and my blog octotaco.com. Support that by all means. And also check out my TeePublic, where you can get the official Heat Cultura t-shirt and my other designs. And then also, lastly but not least, check out my Spotify playlist, which has my entire discography dating back to 1999 up until last year, 2023, with my latest release, The Reflection Blinds You from Seeing Truth. All right, that's the easiest way to support me. Just listen to my music, or go ahead and check out my Bandcamp with the link right in front of you at the bottom. And that there you could actually purchase my music. Purchase my music from Bandcamp, stream it from Spotify. Okay, so there you go. We're done. So, what happened? What's going on? Did something happen tonight? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing Cultura? Oh, they won? Really? What a surprise. You shocked? I'm shocked. This is me being shocked. There you go. So I'm gonna put this down because I'm grabbing the mic because I'm taking it real right now, and I just gotta step a little bit back and let the flow go, or let the flow come, because I'm a little crazy, a little off the hook right now, and I need some more coffee. I definitely need to repop my bowl. I brought out some donuts to celebrate, so that's gonna kill me, but it's okay because I'm drinking some water laced with Milex, so it should, go out smoothly. We're facing the Bulls. Want to know what happened tonight? We're facing the Bulls. That's it. And we're facing the Bulls in a do or die situation. And look, we just got better guys. We got better guys. The Bulls has some guys that they'll win a couple games when they catch you napping. But for the most part, that's not a good team. Apparently, they were missing guys, but they said guys like Zach LaVine, and I was like, Zach LaVine ain't gonna help you. And this other guy, Lonzo Ball, definitely not gonna help you. Lonzo Ball is not gonna help you. Everybody talks about like, oh, the Miami Heat should blow it up and all this stuff and just get rid of. If we don't make it with this team, just sit, blow it up, and get rid of everybody and start from scratch. Get the fuck out of here, man. What are you talking about? The Bulls team that we just played right now, blow that shit up. Dynamite. Because that's bad. And there you need to just start from scratch. You need to really decide if you want that entire team that we played as a bench team. That should be your bench. That starting team, that should be your bench. Now go. The Miami Heat are not there at all. The Miami Heat literally just have played more fucking games than everybody else, bro. The Miami Heat are down Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat have just been through this shit so much that they just, they want to take it seriously. They do take it seriously, but it is taxing on the body and on the mindset of an organization that's just always in it. So at some point, you're going to slack off. And this whole season was about slacking off. And just getting to this moment. The moment where we would be playing for something that mattered. It did not surprise me. It surprised me more that we went up. 14 fucking points against the 76ers in Philadelphia. We should have got blown out that game. Shouldn't have even played Jimmy. Fuck it. Should have been like, you know what? We're just going to play the bench and we're just going to ride this game. We'll take the game back at home. Fuck it. At some point, the people are going to start doing that. It's a big risk because it might not work out. But you know what? How many people picked Miami tonight? How many? So if everyone's picking Miami, why not? Why can't you pick yourself? Rest your guy and you're there and just, you know what? We're going to try and play that. Sure, that'll set off some alarms with the Bulls and stuff like that. But you know what, man? You still got to beat those guys. Just beat those guys. You could beat these guys. And I'm glad that we came out there and we did. A lot of people, you know I came out before and I had posted like, oh, I wish we would just lose and because I really don't want to go face the Celtics at 50. And you know what? That's really just, you know, me being kind of pissed that, you know, because we had it and it could have been an easier route and it's just not an easier route. Like these guys just, it bothers me that these guys like it the hard way. And they had an easy route against the Knicks that, you know what, we can go against the Knicks and we could probably, you know, I think a Knicks series would go to 7 and sure, but I think we would pull it off in the end. And but now, you know, having to go to this route, it was so stupid. And I kind of like, I got to the point where, you know what, like everybody else, I wanted to just reload. But I didn't want to reload the team. I just wanted to reload the season at that point because it was just like, fuck, there's just, to go through that, it's just, you're going to get your guys, just put them through a grinder. But these fucking guys love that shit. They love it. They love the grinder. They love the grind. I'm going to tell you this, man. I would not be shocked if we roll into Boston and take game 1. You know how insane that sounds? Like I'm smart, man. I know Boston has a way better supposedly team, even though like they're like the same people from that we've always played, and they have basically the same core, and they just change the guys around them, and they just happen to change the guys around them that, you know, I guess are good. And I really don't understand, to be completely honest with you, is how Boston is any good. I really don't, but they are. So let's just take it like that. And I get it, but I like my guys in a 7-game series, man. I like my guys. My guys play hard. My guys, they're true grind out people. It's just they have been through the ringer since the bubble. They've been in it. Since the bubble. You know, that's not to say that the Boston hasn't been in it either. But we have been to the end more than them. So we've been in it a little bit more. We've been in it more than Milwaukee. We've been in it more than anybody. On this side of the basketball coast, we've been in it more than anybody. That's a lot of games, man. And, you know, that's only a few years removed. Sure, we had like a kind of a buffer zone there, but that's just that when this shit started, 18, I mean, I know to a lot of you 6 years is a long time, but it's really not, man. 6, 7 years, it's not a long time. Look how quick we were. One day we were with the big 3, and we're here today. That's how it is. Look at how like LeBron's kid is like, they're thinking about him coming to the NBA. That's crazy. That's crazy. A lot can change over time. And a lot does change over time. Because that's what time is supposed to do. To induce change. It is a measurement of that change. From the start to the end. And this team, no matter how much the faces change, like it's just, we're still always in that race to get to the end. We're always in the race. Which is what really elevates Spo to a level unlike any other coach in this league. Because sure, you know, it's one thing to not win championships. It's one thing not to win titles. Right? But it's another thing to not win titles, yet you're still kind of competing, you know, and you're in it every year, and you're making it deep. You're making it past the first round just about every year in the playoffs. That is huge. And right now, that's what Boston has like in front of them. You know, they have the opportunity to get past the first round because, oh, they're playing the 8th seed. They're number 1 seed. They're the best ones. Blah, 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 blah. But in the NBA, a lot has changed over the last couple of years, and the three has ultimately really made it about number one, first and foremost, whether you're hitting that motherfucker. If you're not hitting the three, like how you saw the Bulls were earlier in this game, they weren't hitting anything. They went like cold, dead cold in the beginning, and fucking South Beach flu fucking took over early in the game, and they weren't hitting anything. They this guy Vujovic guy, he started coming out, but he always does. We played against him a lot in Orlando, and he hates us, so that's what he was trying to do. Same thing as Batum. It's the same thing. That's the same player, and I don't mean that, because it's like I don't know if Batum is from the United States. I don't think he is. I think he's Brazilian or something like that. I think he's Brazilian. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he played for like the Brazilian. I don't know. Should I check it? Yeah, let's check it. But they're essentially the same guy. The big guy that hits the three. That's who they are. And so they are also guys that happen to play the Heat really well. Every time they play the Heat, there's always a guy at every team that plays the Heat really well. And these are the guys. And so one thing I'm going to keep track of is the players that really start doing this to us. Because, and it's Batum with an M. I thought it was Batum with an N. And no, he's from France. That's what it was. He's from France. I couldn't tell if that was a French last name or if it was like Brazilian or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, so there's always going to be that guy that's like killing us with that bullshit. So if that guy, we can kind of minimize that and minimize everyone else, we're good. I'm sorry, I lost track. I thought I was saying something about the two things that matter is. I think I was gonna say defense is the second shit, but who really gives a shit? Honestly, now against the fucking the league has changed where the three has just made it like you can be up. I mean, even up 20 right now. They were calling the game with 5 minutes left, and I'm like, you can't call this game with 5 minutes left. You can't even call the game up 20 with 3 minutes left. Like you really can't. You don't know what the fuck will happen. And I was nervous when they were saying that. But, as long as we keep them from making threes, you're okay. So as long as we go up in there and whoever's making the threes, that's going to really dictate the kind of flow of the game. Who's making your threes? Can we make our threes? Can we make our threes and limit fucking Jason Tatum? Can we do that? I know we can limit Jason Tatum because Bam and Jason Tatum have history, and man, if there's anybody that Jason Tatum probably really hates playing, it's definitely Bam Adebayo, because he has posterized him throughout his career. Like that is his Bam's house is lined up with posters of him destroying Jason Tatum. So everyone's gonna say, "Look, Jason Tatum, this is like your best team because this is the best record you've had, and this is your best chance to beat the Heat." So, and beat the Heat outright. So, I mean, and this is after we almost swept them last year. So, I fully expect them to come out swinging haymakers, wanting to go for the jugular earlier because they're going to want to just break our spirits and go up, like basically sweep us. But, I think you got to be careful with this team in this first round because they're going to be thinking that, oh, we don't have Butler. And even though the quintessential thing to do is not take this team, is to take the team seriously because they don't have Butler. Most teams say they will, but a lot of times teams don't. And so they'll drop that first game because they'll be like, well, Butler's never coming back this whole series. So sure, we'll give them one game at home, but that's not going to, but that's the thing with the Heat, man, is the Heat don't play. The Heat don't play the game. They don't care about the regular season. Remember what we have been talking about this whole time about we look at the season not game per game. We look at the season in 7-game bunches. In 7-game bunches. So we are basically looking at this team. How is their record in 7-game series? And sure, you got to have a positive record if you're going to be in the playoffs. But how much of that? And I don't remember what the record was, but we were like 4 games or 5 games over or something like that. So we were okay as far as like winners of 7-game series. We have, I don't want to say we have enough, but I know we can, because Hero is a streamlined. We're just more streamlined. You know, before we're like this bulky thing. We've got this trinity, this 3-headed monster of Hero, Bam, and Butler. And then everybody else who has a really good role in this team and knows their role really well. Like, we have a lot when we're all whole. That's what makes us super dangerous. But even when you lose one guy, we lose 2 guys, we deal with this so much during the regular season with injuries and with whatever, that, you know, it really doesn't worry me. I'm actually like, I think this team could probably play a little bit more streamlined, a little bit better, like how we were playing tonight. I mean, we're going to be doing the same thing. Why not just do the same thing? What's going to be key is like, you know, again, it's all going to go down to like, who can we stop their threes? Can we make our threes? If we can make our threes, they're going to be good. Duncan Robinson has got to be on fire. It has got to be a point to get that man 20 points, bro. And then, like, while other teams, if they lose to us, they're going to be like, well, we got enough. We'll beat them anyways. With the Heat, that doesn't matter, man. The Heat have played the 7-game series so much, and they know it. They have a history with it. They know how to win the 7-game series. It's not just about the game, man. They know that they can. All they got to do in these first 2 games is win one. You just got to steal one. You just got to win one, and that's it. You win one, awesome. You win the second, great. That's what happened last season. We just went in there to win one, and that shit like kind of shocked people that we won that first game. So they were like, oh, we're going to come and we're going to win the second. And then in that second game, I think is when they blew up Butler, and Butler got, you know, in the face of this guy and Greg Williams, and then shit went off, and then boom, we stole 2. And then we came back home up 2-0, and, you know, that's a really tough place to play in Miami when you're coming back 2-0 like that. We are a tough place to play because we're hyped and we're ready to go. We're not talking regular season, we're talking playoffs. So that's just completely different. It's completely different. So that's why it's like, I don't know if it's such a sure bet to be like, yeah, the Heat aren't winning this. We might not win it, but I'll tell you what, we'll probably take it to 6. But why can't we just say that? I mean, because what? Butler's out? Shit, we didn't have Hero last season. We didn't have Hero last season. I think there was somebody else that we were out. But our primary scorer, dude, that's 30 points gone. So it just Butler had to take a lot of the shoulder load. Look, man, the saving grace is that Butler's not out completely for the season with a tear. He's just got an MCL sprain. That's it. It'll take him a long time, but it's not like Hero broke his hand last year where, you know, we made it to the end and he still couldn't play. No, Butler, I imagine if by some act of the basketball gods we get past Boston, I could see him being back for the second round. Maybe at the end of the second round. Sure. Hell, if we take it that far, if we can somehow, by the basketball gods, make it to the end of the Eastern Conference Final, he'll be back for that game. Fuck that. He's not out. That's all that matters. Okay, cool. So we just got to hold the fort until he gets back. Cool, let's just do it. But this ain't going to be easy, man, because we have not beaten anyone of significance since the All-Star game. Since before the All-Star break, We have not beaten anyone of significance. Every single fucking person we lost to. Everybody. We beat the Pelicans. And we beat the Knicks. That's it. And we beat the Utah Jazz twice, I think. That's it. We did not beat anybody else. We played the 76ers. We didn't beat them. We played, I think, Milwaukee. We didn't beat them. We played all the good teams from the West. We didn't beat any of them. We haven't beaten anybody of real significance in the East. So that's that's what makes this game utterly fucking crazy and impossible. Like, I can't tell you that they're gonna do it, or that's why I have to sit here and be like, I'm excited because we get to see the Heat 4 more times, for sure. I am kind of like, ugh, because I don't think we're gonna see them more than that, because we shouldn't. Reality dictates that we shouldn't, because for them to just get past the Celtics, like they got past Milwaukee last year. I mean, I don't think those are two different teams, man. Like, I don't think Milwaukee you can get past. I don't give a fuck if they're 1, 2, 3, or like they're fucking 0. I don't give a shit. We'll beat Milwaukee any fucking time, any place, anywhere. We'll take it to those fucking people. Fuck that. No problem. No doubt. Any day. When you want to go. Who's on our team? Doesn't matter. We'll go out Milwaukee with anybody. We'll go out Milwaukee, no Butler, no Hero, no Bam. We just bring guys off the G League and we'll take Milwaukee. Anywhere. Boston is a different story. Because Boston is not Milwaukee. And our history with Boston is deeper than our history in Milwaukee. That's nice history with Milwaukee, yeah, whatever. But you know what? Yeah, that shit was settled last year. They got one on us, but that shit was settled last year. So now everybody wants to settle it with us. So we're gonna give everybody a second shot, and it ain't gonna be easy, man. Let me tell you something. Like I as much as you gotta fear Boston. Getting past Boston means you gotta take on either Orlando or Cleveland, and that sounds like, oh, that's easy, right? That's easier. That's much easier. And of course, yeah, because they have the records of that. But really, when you do the matchup in the playoff, it's not, man. I mean, Cleveland we would be facing Strus, and he would be on. If he's playing and he's healthy, forget it, dude. He's gonna want to go off. And then we play Orlando. And Orlando, we just, we see those guys so much, man, that's just, it's not gonna be easy. But I like us in 7-game series. We beat Cleveland in a 7-game series. We beat Orlando. If it wasn't for our record, we would have been in Orlando's spot. We would have been facing Cleveland in the first round. If we play defense like we played tonight, and like how we played kind of 76ers in the first half, man, I think we will have a chance. I'm not going to say we're going to win, we're going to beat Boston. No, why would you say that? This is a show me team. You got to show me. Because at 8 seed, you're talking about seeing a goddamn fucking miracle, bro. If they fucking beat Boston, that's like the equivalent of seeing a fucking unicorn, man. That is like we are seeing literally lightning strike twice, man. We would be seeing some shit that's just insane, and books would have to be written, studies would have to be fucking done on Heat culture. Like, do you understand what would happen to the fucking world if the Miami Heat beat Boston just to go to the second round after everything? Not only would Boston just become a fucking Fallout atomic wasteland, but, as for all the shit that people talk about Heat Cultura and Heat culture and how they respect it and no, it would go to another level. It would go to a level that we have never witnessed before. It would go to, I believe it would go to another level just by beating Boston. Now, imagine if we beat Boston and then we go on another run like we did last year. We make it at least to the Eastern Conference Finals. All hell would break loose. It would be just madness. It's pure madness. And it's just crazy. That's something insane to think. That's why I don't want to think it. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, we're going to make it. Blah, blah, blah. No, man, I want to be a little bit more realistic. And I told you before, I don't treat the Heat like I treat the Jets. The Jets, I don't give a fuck. We're going to be facing fucking goblins and fucking Iron Man and fucking Doctor Doom teamed up with him and shit. And oh, look, it's fucking Galactus. I don't give a shit. Let's go. Oh, we don't have a quarterback? So what? I think the Jets are going to win this one. With fucking Aaron Rodgers and his fucking 1 foot and a conspiracy theory. But the Heat, no, I'm not gonna waste my time. Not because that they're lesser than the Jets. Because they're more than the Jets. They're better than the Jets. I don't want to waste the Heat's time with this dribble. I respect the Heat organization. I've seen these guys win 3 championships, man. Like. Once you get to 1, I was a feeling that I never thought I would ever experience in my life. It's like winning the lottery. Your city winning a championship that you happen to be in a city at that moment when they win a title, that's actually really fucking rare, man. So appreciate that shit. And then for us to get it 3 times and then 2 of them with fucking the big 3 in that whole run, dude, that was an incredible fucking run. That was an incredible life. That was great. Never forget it. But this whole fucking team with the bubble, man, I want them to win a title so bad. These guys deserve a title so bad. Jimmy Butler, he deserves a title even if he doesn't fucking play. He deserves it. These guys are absolutely, like, just the purest form of the best kind of basketball players that you want. But the crazy thing is I don't think any of these guys would do really good if they were anywhere else. These guys were only doing good because they're literally on the Heat. And that says so much about the organization. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I sound like a psychomaniac. And I'm like, oh, the Heat are this, like, thing, and they can't be defeated. No, I don't know what to tell you, but they keep doing this bullshit. And now they got they are addicted to the line. They are these are guys that they like to go base jumping, and then, but not like normal people. Like, they'll jump off the base, and then, like, you realize that they haven't put on their parachute yet. They jumped off and told somebody to throw the parachute and they were going to catch it off a base jump. That's what these guys do. These guys are insane. They are insane. How do we beat Boston? There's only one thing that we have to do. And this was the second thing. Before, when I said there were 2 things, this is the other thing. Not only do we have to stop them from making threes, the only thing we got to do is just get Duncan Robinson 20 points. If you get Duncan Robinson 20 points like in the first quarter, that'll make this whole shit a lot easier. Because you know what his record is when he scores over 20. When he scores 20, we are undefeated, 13-0. That's all we gotta do. Get Duncan Robinson to score. Get him in the game to go. He's such a liability defensively. I don't know what he got. He had gotten a lot better. But I guess because he was out, for so long, and this was his first real game back from injury, that he actually saw playing time. So I can understand him, but and it was a miracle that he even made 2 threes. Let me tell you that much. That was a fucking miracle. Because this guy usually coming back off an injury like that, it takes him like 3 games to fucking make something. So as long as he's aggressive, he looks for his shot, and he takes the fucking shot instead of like being scared, like, oh my God, I need to have like, nobody on the court for me to take a shot. No, just take the shot. I don't care if you're guarded by 3 guys. Fuck it, just take the shot, watch, you'll make it. And he makes it. That's how Duncan Robinson always works out. So all we gotta do is just get him his 20 and let Heroes take us home. and let Hero and Bam drive this machine. Bam has got to get more into it, man. It took way too long to get into it. Way too long. Way too long. Bam should be opening up 45, man. Bam should be leaving this game with 45 fucking points. I don't want this triple double. I get the rebounds. We need rebounds. Sure, whatever. Double double, fine. That's great. But you should still be leaving with 45 points because his shot is so beautiful, so pure. He's a great 3-point shooter. The same package that we have for Hero, we gotta kind of do something with Bam where it doesn't become just ISO Bam. Even though ISO Bam is great, we gotta figure out a way to just get Bam going. Besides that, the ISO Bam, but the ISO Bam was working tonight with Hawkes coming in there, bro. So like, and you know that kid's starting next game. You know Hawkes is starting. You know Jovic is starting. Jovic, Hawkes, starting for the rest of the time. I don't give a shit. These guys are it. And that's why I'm like, why are you gonna blow up if you blow up the Miami Heat? If the Heat don't make it, the Heat don't win, what are you gonna blow up? They've got great young guys. Hero is a great player. Why would you, if Hero doesn't if we don't win, why would you entertain anything about giving up Hero? Why? Who the fuck are you gonna get? Who? No one is going to trade their best players for any of our guys. Nobody. We would only get somebody off of free agency because you don't want to break up this team. You don't want to take away from this group. You want to add to this group. That's how we ultimately become a championship team. Not by taking away and then like, okay, we're going to get rid of Bam, Hero, and we're going to get rid of Butler. And now we're down 3 guys and we're just going to miraculously find 3 players of their fucking caliber. Like no problem. It's hard enough finding 1. Why are you like ready to blow this up? There's no reason to want to blow this up. There's just reason to want to add to this. We have to add to it so we don't have to play Butler so much. We have to add to this so that, somebody compliments Hero, somebody compliments Wildcat, somebody compliments Martin. Our bigger issue is going to be, can we keep as much as this core intact? How much longer can we keep this core intact? You want to keep this core intact, man, because this core is a guaranteed playoff appearance. And that is worth a lot in the NBA. Don't tell me no, New York Knicks. An appearance in the playoffs is just a big fucking deal. And for the Miami Heat to basically be guaranteed an appearance in the playoffs every single season, appreciate this team. Appreciate this coach. Appreciate this organization. A lot of you motherfuckers want to be quick to be like, ah! And I imagine you were too young to remember the 3 titles. And that's why you're like that. Understand that right now you're just a Jet fan. You're barely a Heat fan because you weren't there. Being in diapers doesn't count. But to all of those that were there, there's no reason to anything other than to just roll up your sleeves and get ready. Go buy your chips, go buy your dip. Go wash your jerseys. Go get a new hat and get ready. Because regular season starts now for the Miami Heat. It doesn't matter that we're down Butler. We'll go in there with Hero and Bam, bro. That's a pretty good team. This team that we started right now tonight, Jason Tatum is Bam. Jaylen Brown, everyone else. Portis, I'll throw Kevin Love, we throw Jovic on him. Their bench and our bench. Let's go. I trust Caleb Martin when the aliens land. Which, let me tell you, I saw on the internet, motherfucker passing around the fucking meme of like, what's your team to save the world? You know here in Cultura, we've been playing that game for 3 years now. And you know the answer to that is Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin is the guy that you send to take the shot to save the world. It's not Duncan Robinson. It's Caleb Martin. Or how about the guy with the last name Hero? Just a thought. I mean, this is just ridiculous. A lot of times when you want to get rid of a guy whose last name is fucking Hero, that's just insane, and plays the way that he does, where he shows you the flashes. He shows you that, oh, this guy is only in his like what, 4th year, 4th, 5th year player. That's nothing. He's still a baby in the league, man. How long did it take for LeBron to win a title? I mean, come on. Let's be real, people. You add someone else to this team, and we'll be good. But you can't add people by getting rid of the guys that we have right now, because we have solid defenders. We have guys that can score. What I'm noticing, though, is we are not getting foul calls. We haven't been getting foul calls since God knows when, man. I mean, I don't even remember the last time we played a game where we got a lot of foul calls, even with Jimmy Butler playing. I don't remember. Because we were getting calls in 76ers, but then at some point we stopped getting calls. And then everybody on the net even was like, yo, even Celtics fans were like, the refs fucked you guys. Even in this game, the Bulls were getting all the calls. We were not getting calls. We were getting mugged. That's why you gotta like just blow people out, man. Because if you let the refs try and keep it close, no. I think the game's on Sunday at 1 p.m., I believe. Which is like, that's just way too early for a fucking game. For a fucking goddamn playoff game, that's way too early, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I'd rather you play all the games at once, like you do, and then, I don't know, man. Just, this is too much. That's too early for me. It's too early for the Heat. So, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I wonder if they'll leave tonight. If I were them, I would. No, they'd probably sleep in and probably leave tomorrow. Fuck that. Probably leave early. You can get to Boston just in time so they can just settle in. But this ain't gonna be easy, man. So just ride these guys, man, and enjoy yourself, because we're in the same position that we were last season, where we get into the playoffs and we're like, you know what, we're probably gonna get beat like really bad. So let's just enjoy it. And then look what happened. So we just got it the same way. We just got to enjoy it. Just appreciate these guys. Appreciate, this team. That they give us 4 more games of entertainment. And just try and make something else happen. Try and make history again. Try and make history by making history again. Because we already made history last season. Now we got to try and do it again, so that if we do it again, I mean, that's the real history. And I don't see why not. Again, 7-game series. This team is pretty good, even without Butler. I know it's the playoffs, and I know you need a guy. You need a guy like Butler for sure if you want to go deep. Definitely win a title. But there's an opportunity for Hero to show up, man, who hasn't showed up in the playoffs like fucking since the bubble. This is Hero's first playoffs since the bubble where he's actually not going to be injured. Because he got injured in Milwaukee for game 1. Like really early or something like that. So this is an opportunity for Bam to really step the fuck up and show everybody that he is a gold medalist, that he is an all-star. There's an opportunity for our young guys to come out there and go crazy. Jaime Jaquez is going to go nuts. It's an opportunity for Jovic to show everybody what's up. And all I got, Martin, H, those guys are going to want to play. You've seen H, man. H has been like really playing hard and really going for it defensively. That's right, bro. He in 7. Because it's he in 5, anybody else. But when it's Boston, it's he in 7. Let's be fucking real. Let's be real. But this is a great opportunity for this team. Win or lose, it's a great time for us to see these guys. This is when, like, you really want to see the basketball. And we're guaranteed the 4 games, so, like, just sit back and enjoy it, man. We lose that first game, don't matter. We'll have 3 more. Even if we're down 3-0, don't matter. We got one more. We ain't out till we're out. But I feel this team can still make some noise. It's all about catching Boston off guard. And they're going to be on their total guard with us because they are not going to trust us at all. These guys, if there's anybody in the goddamn fucking league that, like, doesn't fucking trust us and, like, really is like, no, we're not playing with these guys, it's going to be Boston. Especially after what we did to them last season. This is what they asked for. This is what they wanted. Come on, don't tell me they didn't want this. They wanted to see us because they were like, bro, we won 50 fucking games this season. Bro, it'd be great if we get the fucking Heat because we want to beat their asses. That's what I expect them to say, because if you're telling me they're sitting in the background and they're like, oh, we don't want to face the Heat after everything happened and all stuff like that. No, we want to try and avoid them. No, God, I don't want to face the Heat. If you're like that, my friend, you ain't winning against us, bro. You just handed us the W. Just hand us the W right there. Because we're going to snatch it. Because if you're stepping into that game one already with the doubts like that, we're snatching it, bro. We're snatching it like a purse in the night on South Beach in the alleyway. Ahí caminando behind McDonald's. Because, we told you, no camina por allá. Don't go down to McDonald's, bro, because that's fucking dangerous down there, and motherfuckers are always fucking shit up there. Go on fucking 12th Street. Go down 16. Go to fucking Alta Road, and just walk on fucking Alta Road. But you're like, fucking like, no, I'm cool. This is a faster way. Trust me. And you go down that fucking way, and then boom, you get fucking jacked. That's what happens. This team is capable. This team, I'm not going to say it has enough, but it has something. We have something. We have guys that can score, guys that can play, guys that can defend. Guys that are going to get hyped for this game. I don't want to say it just yet. I don't want to say that just yet, because I don't want to give those people, any ammo. And I don't want to make those people heads any bigger than it already is. Trust me. I know these people personally. So I'm not going to say that. Although I did think that. I mean, that's the obvious road, because we're on this side and they're on that side. So that's what everybody kind of wants to see. Of course. Well, you want to see Orlando? You want to see Cleveland? No. You want to see Milwaukee? Not really. You want to see the Pacers? I don't think so. What do you want to see? You want to see Boston again? Boring ass Boston. Oh, great. Yeah. Boston. Wow. No, you don't. You always want to see Miami. You always want to see Miami. You always want to see New York. That's what people are going to be clamoring for. That's what the NBA wants. It's either that or Boston, Miami, Boston, New York. So it's either one of us, and it's going to be them. I already talked about Orlando earlier in the game, earlier in the stream, so you can check that out cuando terminamos. But reality is that I actually don't want to see Orlando, because we know them very well. They know us very well, and they would be highly motivated to beat us. It's too easy to think that, like, oh yeah, I want those guys. We're gonna take. No. Don't fool yourself with this, because this is a completely different beast now. These playoffs are not like, the playoffs of my younger years. The 3 has changed everything. And a team like Orlando can just go on a fucking hot streak and go. I don't want to see the Pacers. I feel sorry for Milwaukee, because they're probably going to get beat. I'm pretty sure Milwaukee's probably going to get beat by Indiana. Because Halliburton is just insane. If Halliburton catches fire, forget it. Who was at the play-in tournament? It was the Pacers. All those people got to do is catch fire. They're the highest scoring team, I think, in the NBA. That's a dangerous team. I don't want to see them. And I don't trust that Milwaukee's going to beat them. Yeah, the rivalries are nice. Rivalries are great. But the Miami-New York rivalry is a lot better. And that's really more my flavor. But we're gonna get, it's either gonna be them. If we some milagro get past Boston, it's either gonna be them or it's gonna be Cleveland. And Cleveland, I'm worried about también Cleveland. Because there's good personnel, and more importantly, if the man is healthy, if the Strucenator is healthy, that guy's a problem. And he's a completely different player now that he's on Cleveland and the ball is in his hands. So either one of those guys, I really don't want to see. I don't want something new. You know, dame la misma cosa, como siempre. I'm happy with the Boston because I know these guys and we're good and we like to, you know how to feel it out. We're gonna go. It's gonna be we're gonna know if they come out and they blow us to the fuck out game one. I mean, pretty much just call it right there. If we come out and we steal game one, woo, just sit back and relax because this is gonna be a nice ride. And that's the key. Just gotta go out there and steal one game. Gotta steal one game. That's all we gotta think about. We can't think about it like, oh, we're gonna win this game. We gotta win that game. No. It's just now. It's amazing how like we've been practicing the whole 7 games all season long to get to this point. We're in the 7-game series finally, and really, it's about winning that one game. It's just winning that one game. Right now, because of the matchup with Boston, we just gotta win that one game. That's all we gotta do. That's all we gotta do. So, again, it totally sucks that the game is at 1 o'clock. That's, I think, way too early for a fucking game. On a Sunday, no less. You know, todo el mundo se van a levantar el domingo and oh shit, there's a fucking game. Hey, you motherfuckers are gonna go party on Saturday, bro. Like, come on. Well, at the same time, that's also maybe it's because it's in Boston. And although I think it would be worse to do it in Boston at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. That's when everybody is in church. Fucking all Catholic people in Boston. So I'm very shocked that you would even put this game at 1 o'clock. Boston, Miami, at 1 o'clock on a Sunday? No, come on. Who's going to watch that game? Everyone's going to be at church in Boston, and in Miami, nobody's going to be awake from Saturday night. I think Carl Cox is playing live. What the fuck, bro? It's 4:20, man. Tomorrow is 4:20, and you're going to put this game at 1 o'clock? On Sunday? Are you insane? No one's going to be up at 1 p.m. Everybody in Miami is going to be waking up at 3 p.m. Easy, bro. Like, with the weed fucking like, ugh. And in Boston, everyone's just going to be coming out of church. Rezando ahí, oh, please, my God, dame algo con Miami porque, Dios, nos van a matar. That's how they're going to build this game. Satan versus, you know, the holy people. We're the Satanists. We're the evil demons with the fire. And they're like, they're like the Catholics. Oh, the holy Catholics. We're good people. But you know the truth. You know what the truth is. And that the truth is, nobody wants to go to heaven. Really. You want to go to heaven? Can you imagine if heaven's real? And like the Christians were right? You're going to be hanging out con todos los republicanos, the Republicans and conservatives. What are you going to do up there? With the Republicans and conservatives? They're not going to want to do anything. What do you think, that there is when they're going to finally party? No. They're going to still be a pain in the ass allá arriba. No. Vamos para abajo. Let's go down. Abajo. Para abajo vamos nosotros. Con el fuego ahí, calentico. I'm good to go. You know, because everyone there is going to be hanging out. All the cool people. Jimi Hendrix, he ain't in heaven. He's in hell. If everyone's right, those guys are right, oh, he's in hell. Well, hey, let's go hang out with Jimmy. All along the Watchtower. We're getting crazy in this because it's just getting started. Not the show. The show's over. Like I'm ending this right now. But for sure, like this whole thing is just getting started. And then it's like, was there ever a doubt? Mira como que how we got here, you know. First and foremost, before we close it out, let's just give our thanks. Let's get a little religious since we're talking religious here. I want to give thanks to the few people that have been listening, especially you, Gino. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it because I've been doing this 3 seasons, and this 3rd season I've had the most views without a doubt. And it's not much, just a couple people, and they're, you know, never more than like 2-3 people or something like that, maybe 1 or 2. But it's still good. And yeah, mira como que this whole season we didn't know what the fuck to think of these guys. Y mira como empezamos and now look, boom, in the place where we pretty much assumed halfway through the season where we were gonna end up. And that's with a better record than last year. I think better personnel than last year. And it's just, everyone else got better. Every year, you got to understand that. Every year, cada año, every year, everybody gets better. Even if, like, they lose, everybody gets better because they learn more from the previous year. So people are smarter the next year. They learn, you would think, right? You level up. So it's not easy. Yet, here we are. That's why you got to love these people. And I appreciate being able to do this, and I love doing the show. And a reminder, we go on as long as the Heat go on. So you got 4 more Heat Culturas for sure. If the Heat win, we go further. We go as long as the Heat goes. And their last loss, that's our last Heat Cultura. That's how we do it. And so I really enjoy this. I am hoping this is an exciting, another exciting playoffs. And you got to understand something, man. Like, I started Heat Cultura, I believe, is when the year they went to the finals in the bubble. So you could check season 1, right? And season 1 starts off when we lost to the Phoenix Suns, and we had absolutely gotten obliterated by them. And we were losing, and I had to vent. So that's why I started Heat Cultura. And then we went on a run. And then the following year, I think that was the year that we got knocked out, I think, because I know this is the 3rd year. Last year was the year, yeah. No, excuse me. That was the year that Jimmy took the shot. Jimmy took the shot and missed it. That was the year that we started Heat Cultura. That he misses the shot in Boston for the win. That year. So we started out Heat Cultura with the Phoenix Suns loss, thinking all hell, let's say it's over, we're fucking done. And that was the year that Jimmy fought Spo. And there was a fight on the sideline. And we were doing Heat Cultura. I did Heat Cultura to that. I think there's a thing for that. And you know what? We ended up in the finals. In the Eastern Conference Finals. A shot away. I also got a hernia while Jimmy took the shot. I'm still dealing with. Pain in the ass. Literally. So we came back the next year and we did Heat Cultura. And we knew we had something. We didn't know we were going to have that. Especially when we got into the 8th, in last place, and against the Bulls. Same thing. Just the same thing that we went through this year. The same shit. And I'm like, on Heat Cultura, check the tape. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what is going on here. What's that? This is hard, blah, 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 blah. And boom, we went on that run, man. And we went on that run, and that run was documented on Heat Cultura. It was beautiful. So you can go and relive that. If you need a reminder, a refresher of what that was like, what that experience was like. Because I'm going to do it. And look where we're at now. Another season of Heat Cultura, 3rd season of Heat Cultura. Again, what the fuck is going on? We don't know this team, blah, 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 blah. But boom, somehow, in the playoffs. Just like we were last year. I don't know if it's me. But I'm just going to say, it might be me. We will be back here after the game. It might be a little later. It might not be immediately after the game, depending on kind of how shit goes down. Depending on kind of where I'm at that time. I don't know. It might be immediately after, or I just might do it at night. I might end up doing it at night, just so I can watch all the games and with peace of mind. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel, and just, come out here after the game and check and see if you see the time that I put up, or if I post something on Threads. Follow me on Threads at studiomogura, and or at Heat Cultura, and you'll go ahead and you'll know whether I'm on or not. All right. So we'll be back here after the Celtics game, and hopefully we'll be back here celebrating a win, bro, and we steal a win from over there, man, because we can totally do it. We could totally do it. But you know what? If we don't, all you got to remember is, bro, man, don't freak out. Just freak out.